Hello and welcome to Flippin' Fantastic. It's me, Mo87 Official, with my new co-host. I don't know which
Amy!
way. Yay! Amy, Beach by Repeat. And do you know what episode this is, Amy? She does, because we just talked about it. It is the Amy episode.
Oh, I have 9.
It's 69. And if you
69.
don't know what I'm talking about, go look at some of Amy's shorts of what she finds.
Yeah,
Those things just come flock to her.
I don't know what I am. Where's the area I live in?
I don't know. Some of the stuff you find, man.
I know, it's crazy.
Also, you find stuff while you're searching for other things. You're like, this just popped up. And there's, something X-rated.
Oh, you mean like when I'm like copying stuff out on eBay?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that happens to you too a
yeah,
lot.
it
But
does.
Amy finds a lot of naughty stuff,
It's
and so
crazy.
69 is appropriate. So,
Oh, goodness. That's true. Sure. It's
so as you
crazy.
guys know, Alicia is leaving us. She might come back on. She is trying to sell out the rest. She's still selling until like most of her stuff is gone. But she might stop in. We'll see how she's doing. But thank you to everybody that commented on the last episode regarding her and her new journey.
I know. We're
I hate that
supportive of her, and
but
we wish her all the luck, and hope she
yep,
finds.
yes, I hope so too, because
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, but we are starting our own new little journey with this, because I felt like, so she's on a different path and I'm just getting my act together, so I'm like, Amy, come help me.
I don't know what's
I
happening
need
with
I
this
need a
one.
I need a real reseller on here, because I'm basically like, I have been listing lately and I have been making about a sale a day. So I'm back to where I was like 6 months ago.
That's awesome.
So hopefully I will surpass it again. But it was, but it's been a rough 6 months for me. But yeah, so I needed a real reseller on here.
I guess if you want to call me a reseller, a real
Yes,
reseller.
you are a very real reseller. I am
If I'm
just
selling
playing
stuff,
the game.
I'm a real reseller. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, eBay definitely turned back on for me. I don't know. Um, there was a couple weeks with like nothing. Like I was selling literally nothing, and I usually sell like, like I said, I was like a one a day, at least.
Yeah.
I went a little bit under 500 listings.
That's what you have right now?
I have over 500 now, but
Okay.
I'm on my way. I'm gotta get to 1,000. I have plenty of stuff for 1,000, but I just listing drops off. But
Right.
back when I was first like kind of starting, Nurse Flipper had said she would get consistent sales at like when she got up to 500, that's where the consistent sales were.
Oh,
And
okay.
I find that's the same, except for a couple weeks ago when I wasn't selling anything, but I was feeling good because a lot of people weren't either. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and people that have lots of stuff listed were like, I got no sales today or the last 2 days or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine
Okay.
slowed down, it slowed down a little bit, but I was kind of like,
Yeah.
what's going on? I mean, I was still
Right.
getting
Yeah.
sales, but it just seemed to like it dropped by like a quarter of what it normally.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then people were saying that May is a slow month. I guess it's just slower than usual. I don't know.
huh.
I,
I
I don't
guess.
have enough consistent data to look back to last May and say, oh yeah, May was super slow. Like over the last year I
Yeah.
have not been consistent enough. But that's what other people, real resellers, say.
Yeah. I don't know. Last year I did mostly close. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, I did mostly close. And then
Mhm.
since I've been going to like the auctions and stuff, I've
Yeah. Hmm.
been getting more hard goods. And then in the summer, going to yard sailing, I'll get more hard
Yeah.
goods. So
Right.
it just kind of, mine just changes with the year, like what I'm sourcing.
Right.
But
What you're getting. Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
but since the
Yeah.
auction is year round, I just kind of get whatever. But I do like selling,
That
but
yeah, I
you
don't,
don't like
but I
you don't
and
like clothes though, do you?
well, I just don't like listing them, but I have to do it because I have a bunch.
Oh, you
I
do?
have, oh yeah. I mean, I have clothes that my mom gave me that are very nice
Uh-huh.
clothes that she doesn't wear anymore. I have stuff that I've bought. I don't list it. I mean, every once in a while I do, but I haven't listed clothes in a while just because that's like too much effort.
Oh, do you have a
But I have
Saturday?
no, because I was like, I'm gonna make it, and I never made it. But I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But I have to list these clothes because they're sitting over here.
If you do one a day, I mean,
Yeah,
think
I
you'll
got to. Hmm.
just one a day. That's it, Mel.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep you accountable. One
I
piece of
know.
clothing a day.
Okay, okay, I'll do it. I've been mostly doing so. In our little chat, I was telling you, I did. So I was like, I did something to my shoulder. Somebody's like, "What'd you do?" I was like, "I slept." I don't know. I woke up. It hurt. So over the weekend, so we'll talk about if you got anything good this weekend. I did not get anything good this weekend. I only went a couple places. Didn't really find anything, and I was in such. It hurt so bad, and I have a pretty high threshold for. I don't know what I did. I wasn't lifting anything. I just slept. This is what getting old happens, and it's like. I must have pinched a nerve or something. Like I was in tears. I
Oh,
drove to a
wow.
Walgreens and I bought those patches and I went home. So my weekend of sourcing was a bust. But I did get the patch. I felt better enough. I listed some small stuff, or I took pictures and I've been
Uh,
listing. But it feels better now. Now I have to go list bigger things. But did you get anything good this weekend?
oh my gosh. Yes. This season has just been so good so far. Like
Yeah,
it's
you're
one of
finding a lot of good things at like garage sales, huh?
I
On your
know.
videos.
It's been like, when I think I can't beat, like I'm like, this is going to be the best haul of the season. Then the
Yeah,
next weekend is like
you can get something else.
even better. Yeah, it
Right.
was amazing. We've also been um, leaving to go. Not we're not early birding it, but we're leaving earlier than we used to leave. So we're
Yeah.
actually probably getting there. Like if the garage sale starts at 8, we'll get there at like 7:40. We've
Yeah.
because the community yard sales around here have been going, going. So we'll
Right.
try to get there to the community sales, and
Mhm.
it's just been, you know, one of those like, oh my gosh, there's such and such. How much for all of them? It's been one of those summers
Wow.
so far.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we went to one, and they had these things called Pixel Pals. Have you ever heard of those?
Mm-mm.
They are in like boxes like Funko Pops. I should get one, but they're
Oh wait, I think I do know what you mean. Yes, now I know what you mean. Yeah.
and they light up.
Mhm.
You can push a button and they light up. Anyway,
Yeah.
we found, I don't even know how many, probably 20 to 30 of them, and they're like Super Mario Brothers, Kingdom Hearts. Is that the game? It's like I think it's a Switch game. It's got like Disney characters. I don't
Mhm.
know. There's a bunch of those. There's like
Mhm.
Link from Zelda, Sonic the Hedgehog, just a bunch of
Do
them.
they are they do they just light up or do they interact with the game?
I don't think they interact. I think they're just like a
Okay.
collectible, kind of
Okay.
like a
Okay.
Funko Pop, but they light up. You
Yeah.
can turn them on and they light up.
Uh-huh.
So we found a bunch of those. And then in the mix was a Funko Pop that was a wrestler. I don't know who the wrestler was, but when I comped it out, it was like $300. And there was either only one listed or there were none listed. and like sold. The sold comp was 300. I can't remember because I listed that right away.
Oh wow, yeah.
And then I got
Heck yeah.
some Red Dead Redemption merch.
Mhm.
Red Dead Redemption 2. They're brass Zippo lighters.
Oh wow.
I got three of them, and two of
Uh-huh.
them are sealed in the package, and the other one is open, but
Yeah.
it's still like attached to the cardboard. I got that. And this was at the first sale, and I paid I think $100. It was either was it 75 or 100? I can't remember. But I have it written down in my inventory. So I paid 100 for all of that. And those Zippo lighters, like $300 was, I think it was 300, 250 or 300 was the comp for them. And there's only
Wow.
one listed right now, other than mine.
Yeah.
That was just the first sale, and that was,
Wow.
and some of those Pixel Pals are, they're harder to find from what I saw. Yeah, and then we went to another sale that was military. Like we love finding military stuff. Like
Yeah. Mhm.
if I could only sell one thing, it would be military surplus because it just sells so quick. So we
Yeah.
paid, I don't know how much we pay there. I don't remember, but we bought like the the camo ponchos, like the
Mhm.
just all kinds of sleeping bags, like military issue sleeping bags, like cold weather jackets, um, backpacks. I think we bought a backpack too. We bought a bunch of stuff. Like it was huge. Like
Yeah.
our car was filled after those
Right.
first two sales.
Wow.
It's amazing. And
That's
they're
awesome.
good brands like Adventure Gear. I think was it Adventure Gear? I can't remember, but they sell really well. It's
Are you
all of it.
you're near Army base or
A
on the
Navy.
Air Navy?
Yeah.
Duh. I knew that. She's at the
Yeah.
beach, people.
There's a couple
Duh.
of them.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we find military stuff all the time. And he was like, I'm retired. I don't want it anymore. You want it all? He kept like, hey, look at this, look at this. So I knew.
Take it, get
So I knew.
it.
Yeah, there's a brand called it's called Beyond Tactical, and that does really well. Like 100, I can get $100 for this jacket, and I think I paid 100, 100 or 150 at that sale. But I got tons of stuff. And
Nice.
that jacket will pay for everything.
Wow.
So, and then we got more like later on throughout the day, but it was great. Like
Yeah.
it was amazing. I couldn't ask for better. And I think it's
That's
because we're
awesome.
leaving earlier. Like I swear, if we were like 30 minutes later, none of that.
Would be there still. Yeah.
Yeah, because as we're there, there's people rolling up that you could
Mhm.
tell that they're resellers.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I ran out of cash, Mo. I take like $400 with me. I ran out of
Wow.
cash. Yeah, I think I had four or $5 left. Yeah. So
Wow.
did you go to sales this weekend?
I stopped by a couple, but like I said, it hurt so bad. Um, I didn't, a lot of kid clothes and, um, you know, cheap home decor. I don't know what else to say. I
Uh,
earlier in the season, and here's the thing, there's a couple, I think this weekend of community sales, but we're kind of, because we're like neighborhoods around here. You know what I
mhm.
mean? So like community sales and neighborhood
Yeah,
sale. And it's just like, hey, your neighborhood puts out a sign and if you want to do it, do it. So like you can go
yeah,
in and find like one. So that happens to me. So like I'll drive around like a couple weeks ago, you know, and only find like one or two houses and there's nothing there and then you got to drive
yeah,
somewhere else. So it's not, I don't know, like when our Midwest friends are like, "Oh, it's town-wide" or whatever. Even in Pennsylvania, the same thing, like town-wide. Like we don't have that. It's
yeah.
just a neighborhood. And even my neighborhood and like I'm I'm attached to another neighborhood. And my neighborhood, there's three neighborhoods under the same umbrella name, conglomerate, HOA, whatever
Uh-huh.
you want to call it. So they have it at the same time, but we're not adjacent to each other. We're near each other, but not. But the neighborhood next to me usually had it on the same weekend, but they didn't this year. They had it the weekend after. But hardly anybody in that neighborhood had one. My neighborhood had more this year, and I did get good stuff there. But like, it's a lot of, it's I can get to one early, but it's like, which one am I going to go to first? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And then after that, it's driving, and you're not. But anyway, they're gonna kind of peter out here, as it gets warmer. And then maybe like in the fall we'll have more.
Right. That's the same
But
as here too.
like yeah. But May is the big month for them. May.
Hmm.
So I did pretty good at them. I don't need a lot of inventory, so I was tried to be much more selective because I have stuff that I haven't listed yet. So
Yeah, I get it.
all these clothes that are sitting there. And other stuff. Like, this is what I've done in like the last 6 months. Have I shopped? Yes. Have I listed that much? No. But I am getting back on listing. So
Yeah.
hopefully I will get back into, get on. I've been saying this for a year. You've even listened to me for a year say this, but I really am now
Where do
getting
you
on it.
put all of your listed inventory? Do you have a basement?
Yeah, I have a basement. I keep
Is that where
everything in
you
the
put
basement.
your inventory?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know. Oh,
Dehumidifiers running, basement. I have stuff in bins with those little, I don't know, like they're not,
desiccant?
yeah, desiccant silica packets, what
Uh-huh.
the big
Yeah.
ones I get off of them. Which reminds me,
Gotta order
I should
more.
have done it today. No, but you're supposed to refresh them every once in a while, put them out in the sun for the day. The ones I got, like if you put them out in the
Oh.
sun, it dries them out and they're good again. Like whatever salt or whatever's in them, I don't know. So I need to do that.
Oh,
But yeah,
I didn't know that.
but
Huh.
and then I bring sometimes I bring stuff up here just because I don't want my basement's.
Right.
Where
Okay.
do you keep is your stuff in the basement or is your stuff in a room?
No,
Do you have a
we don't
room?
have any basements
Oh no, you're too
around
close
here.
to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I do know somebody that I go to the auction with, or he goes to the
Hmm.
auction. He lives like, I would say maybe like 20 blocks from the beach, and he has a basement
Hmm.
in his house.
That's crazy. Is
I
it full of
know.
water all the time?
He said that he had it's an older house too. He said that he had
Yeah.
had issues with water coming through, but he said it
Hmm.
was because of the rain gutters. Like they were diverting water wrong. And once
Yeah.
he got
Hmm.
that fixed, he said he hasn't had
He's
any
all good.
problems. Yeah.
Oh wow,
But I
that's
think that's
good.
amazing. I'm like, wow,
That
that's
is
like,
amazing because like around here, I remember house shopping 20 plus years ago.
mm-hmm,
One of the houses that we looked at was like, I when I was a kid, we lived near a creek. Um, it was it wasn't next to our house, but the house next to us, it was next to us. And if it rained a lot, and it was just a small house, and it had a little basement, it was, that sump pump would be chugging along and there'd be water in that basement. And
uh,
when we moved, my parents moved up in, I'm in Delaware. It's relatively flat here, but we're in the northern part. That we're starting to get in the hills, and they moved 3 miles. We moved 3 miles away up a hill. That basement's dry as a bone, and
oh,
mine is too. But
that's good.
it. But yeah, that's I'm glad mine is. I've never had water in it except for that. When we first moved in, the rain gutters were a mess, and we fixed them.
Yeah.
And it didn't get water in; it just the walls were wet.
Yeah, like weeping or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I wish we could have basements. That would be fun.
Yeah. I It's I wish it was finished, but it's
Yeah.
better than having. When I first started, I was in all my inventory was on shelves in this room and the other room.
Hmm.
I was like stupidly put it upstairs. I don't know why. And I was like, I have too much stuff for up here. I gotta put it in the basement.
Right.
I gotta get shelves and put it down somewhere else. I don't know
Yeah.
why I had it up here.
Well, that's where mine is. We have a 4-bedroom
Hmm.
house, so
Yeah.
two of the bedrooms are
Or all your stuff, yeah.
it's all eBay. Like there's
Yeah.
shelves. It's just lined with shelves, and then I have a flat lay um, in the closet of one of them.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. I
you
like
can
your flat
pivot it,
ones.
but I leave it
Yeah.
down. So, but
Yeah.
you can I guess you could technically store it, but if I store it, I'm not going to list clothes. So it's just perpetually, ready, and my lights are in
Yeah.
place. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I would like to get my basement like cleaned up and um have like a flat lay, but I don't have I don't know. It needs to be it's still basementy. Do you know what I mean? Like I keep
like
it clean
dark.
and everything, but it's still yeah, it's
Yeah.
just basementy. I don't know. I need to put more lights in too. That's a problem. I have a couple shop lights that I clicked on the rafters
Uh-huh.
over where I list big, I'll bring like little stuff up here and do it. But
Yeah.
like big stuff, I have a photo box. Although
Oh yeah, photo box.
it's it yeah it I don't know. I'm kind of over it a little. I still use it, but I'm kind of over it. But I would just like better lights and just have put some foam board down or something.
Right. Yeah, that's
But
what I do.
yeah.
I have
But I want to get those lights that you like more lights to hang up just so the whole basement's brighter. I just have like in the four corners there's just the
oh
bulb that
yeah,
you
the
you
bulbs.
click. Yeah.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, make it more inviting. Put
Just
some.
so I can see.
Sure.
And I
Yeah.
would like to be able to like flip a switch and turn all the lights on instead of like going and like clicking. And then when you're like ready to go upstairs, it's like, oh, I left that light on way over there. I walk over there and click it off. I'm
Right.
so lazy. But like, I'd like to. But there's the other problem too is there's one plug down there near. We don't have a sump pump, but we have a sump, so it's
Uh-huh.
over there. And my Verizon is plugged in. Whatever comes in, there's
Yeah.
a box, and my dehumidifier is plugged in there.
Well, there's a
So
solution for
I
that. You
have
know
to.
those extenders that you can get? I
Yeah,
guess
I
long
gotta
as
figure what
your
is.
breaker can hold enough
Yeah,
amperage,
it
or I
probably
don't
can.
know how
I
that
don't
works,
think.
but
I'm sure it can, and we
hmm
don't really usually have a problem with that. Yeah,
yeah,
I gotta figure that out. I'll tell my husband to do
that's what I did.
it. So then I want to get some.
I had the same issue with all of my lights in my flat lay. I'd have to turn them all
Yeah.
on.
Uh huh.
It was such a
Right.
pain. So I took the time and like linked them all up to one extension cord, ran the extension
Mhm.
cord
Yeah. Mhm.
to the switch. So now I can just hit
Yeah.
the switch and all the
Right.
lights pop on. So it's
Yeah.
those little
That's what I need.
things that just make it
I
so much easier.
know.
Just
Just
like
like cause going and turning every stupid light on. Well, the we did buy the over where I work, that light, when you turn that on, we put plugs. That's the other thing too, is we bought for the socket, so you can plug into there. So I have like two things plugged into that, or I have an
oh okay.
extension cord plugged into that socket, and it's the lights that I have hanging up over there. So when I turn that light on, it does come on. But
Oh
um,
yeah, that's a
I would
solution.
like it would be I need I want to figure something out like where I can turn everything on at once. I don't know if like that one socket is gonna do it. It also like powers my printer and computer that are down there. I don't want to. Yeah, I have to figure something out. That's on my short list, my very long list of
I
things
know
to
where
do.
you can find info on that. YouTube. I'm sure if you typed in basement
Oh, I know.
light solution,
Yeah. Hmm.
you
Just
know?
yep. Absolutely. Yeah. So I need to. That's why I don't like spending too much time down there. But I do have my other problem is right now that I do have to go down there and I'm gonna put a patch on my arm. It doesn't hurt as bad, but it still hurts a little bit, or my
Yeah.
shoulder. And I have to put stuff away.
Oh, like your
So all the
inventory?
stuff I've listed over the last couple ones is just like on a shelf, and it's just like I know where it is. but I'm gonna start losing stuff. I gotta put it away and inventory
So how do you inventory your stuff when you're listing it? Do you use the Kevin Commonwealth Picker method?
it. No, I don't put like together. Well, I do kind of, but I have it on shelves. Like, um, my breakables. Like I have all the knickknacks on one shelf, and I have vases on one, so I can kind of find stuff. But I do put it in. I do put the skewing. But the last time, couple times I've bulk taken pictures, I
Hmm.
haven't put them anywhere. They're just sitting in a bin near the shelves. I haven't put anything away. I have like other bins, like for things that I don't need to sit out on a shelf, that
Gotcha.
can go in, or
So when
or
you
that I'd rather have in a bin.
so when you put the stuff away that's in that bin, like when you go down today and put the stuff away, do you go back in eBay and put the custom SKU?
Yeah, I'll watch TV tonight and I'll do it.
Oh, and you'll just
And
know like where it went, where what
yeah,
bin
I'll
you'll
write it down.
put it in.
I'll write it down or something. All right, so I'll either write it down or I take a picture.
Because that's like my
I take a
fear.
picture of it next to the bin. Like if
Oh, okay, I see.
so like I have like my bins are like stickers. Okay.
Hmm.
So I have like, two of my shelves are one's inked picker shelf because stickers on there, and one's like ABC matte shelf. But then I have other stickers like Golden Girls bin, right? Uh I'll everything that I'm gonna put in there, I'll put on top and I'll take a picture
Oh, okay, I
and
see.
then I'll just go and put it in later.
Oh,
I
okay.
I was doing it uh more right away, but
Hmm.
I haven't been. I've been kind of lazy.
Gotcha.
Um,
That's like my
how do you
biggest
how do you
fear.
do it? Do you have
I
like together or?
No, I put everything in a spot. Like all
Hmm.
my clothes. You know how Daily Refinement would do his with
Hmm.
the banker
Yeah.
boxes.
Hmm.
So that every piece of clothing goes in a bag with a number on it, and they're in,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
numerical order. So that way I can find them.
Okay. Real quick.
Um,
Yeah.
and all of my hard goods, other than books and plates, books and like silverware or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have
Uh-huh.
shelves for books, so I just put
Right.
what shelf that is.
Yeah.
And the plates, because that's a little harder. They're on a shelf. But all of the other hard goods go in a tote. And I will, bring a tote down. It says B1, and
Hmm.
I'll put everything in there. And then when it's done, I'll go put B1 away, and then I'll bring out B2, and then I put everything
Yeah.
as I'm
That's
listing
what
it.
I.
That's what I do as
Yeah.
I'm listing it. Because
Yeah.
that's my biggest fear is forgetting to put the SKU in, and then I have to comb through all of
We have
the
a lot of stuff. I don't have that many listings, so it's not. But I have like,
lost
where is
something.
it? Where is it? Where is it? But I
Hmm.
always find it because I at least I'm like, okay, I just listed it. I know I put it over here, but I have
Yeah.
to be my problem is with listing and putting away is like I'll go and take pictures of like 50 things,
Hmm.
and then because I don't list it downstairs in the basement. Like I take the pictures, I take a picture of it on the scale so I know how much it weighs, I measurements, all that, and then I come up here and sit in a chair and not in a in a moody dark basement.
Right.
So,
I gotcha.
yeah. So I don't yeah, I haven't been I
Do you
I
list?
just I need to find a better way to do it. Like I said, like if I get a bin out like you and I just put all that stuff and take a picture of the bin, like I know I put it in the bin. But I
Hmm.
don't put everything in a bin. Like I have a lot of not always breakable, but just stuff that,
Just
like
fragile.
I have plates and I have
Yeah.
knickknacks and I have vases. Like I sold a vase yesterday. Like I kind of know where those are because I do kind of put like together at the moment. Just because when I got the shelves, that's what I did.
Yeah.
So I usually know where they are, but
Yeah.
I don't. I need a that's lacking in my flow,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Gotcha.
hmm
Wow. So do you list on the computer or on your phone?
I list on I take pictures on my phone, but I list on the computer.
So you create your draft on the computer and stuff.
Yeah, I
It,
just I just like go find whatever's similar,
uh-huh.
and there's a you can it upload from mobile, so it sends a little message to your phone, and I just
Yeah.
plug pictures in,
hmm
um, change whatever I have to change, and list.
Gotcha.
It goes pretty fast.
Uh-huh.
I'm much faster on the computer than on my phone for a listing, and I don't know if it's because that's how I've always done it. I guess I don't know.
Right. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was doing just close, well,
hmm
like 75% close, I would
Yeah.
batch. I would do the template and do a template for close.
Right. You have a template. Yeah.
Yeah, but since I'm not doing, you know, all close right now, I haven't been doing
hmm
that because you can't do templates for, well, I mean, I guess you could if you collected
Found a
things,
lot.
but yeah, but
Right.
I
Yeah.
can't.
But individual things. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm
So I just do sell
Yeah.
similar and do it on my phone and too
Yeah.
slow.
I do. I mean, I do it on the computer, but I don't.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
But
crazy.
yeah. So most of my stuff is still similar.
hmm Makes it easier.
Yep.
Other than though, when you find the one with the crazy weight, I did a sell similar, and I did all my stuff and I listed it, and then somebody messaged me and said, this was just yesterday, and they said, why is your shipping $94? And
What?
I was like, let me take a look at this. It was not, it was I went back upstairs and checked it out. It was 6 pounds, this item.
Yeah.
It was listed for 28 or 25 pounds. I was like, oh
Wow.
my God, I must have just like hit the wrong thing. So I had to change all that. I
I
like that I
have run
wasn't sorry.
I have run into the cell similars where the weight is weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have run into that before.
I
I
can't.
usually like that's what I'll go down the list and then I upload my pictures and I'm good.
Yeah,
But yeah, that happens. You have to check that.
I bet it was. I just don't know if it was. It had to have been something I did. Like instead of the measurement being
Maybe, yeah,
25,
right,
I
you put
don't
it
know
in there.
because
Wait.
the other one, the cell similar, wasn't 25 pounds. You know what I mean? If it was the same
Right.
item.
Yeah.
So I was like, just a baby. Sorry.
It's just mm.
That's one of my favorite memes. You know which one I'm
I
talking
love
about?
that. I just saw one of it the other day. What was it?
That's like my favorite. I say that like at
The
least once a
dog
day in
was
my
doing
house.
something. Yeah. The dog was doing something. I just saw one. I was flipping through. Somebody used it.
Uh
I'm just a baby.
huh. I know. It's crazy. Oh my God. So what did you sell this weekend? You said you got had a couple sales,
um.
right?
Yeah. Nothing great. What did I sell? Um.
Some glass. You say you sell glass?
I sold a vase, not like pottery.
Yeah. That's all in my
But
glass
but
category.
it was it was an old um it was an older listing, and actually, so I bought I sold a cookbook. I bought at this church school sale. They had like this big rich. It was actually my very first video that I put out, which I haven't put out a video in a couple weeks. I'm off. Yeah, everything got thrown off. I'm getting one out this week. I have tons of stuff. I'm getting one out this week. But anyway, they had a bag of of religious, like for like $2-3. It was like a giant gallon sized bag of like religious medals. And
Okay.
like, so Catholics, you can buy these like medals. I'm trying to look for one. Um, or like little relics, and the money usually goes to some charity or something. But So like this is Padre Saint Pio. I don't know who he is, but that's like a relic. And then actually what I sold was one of these, but it was different. It was different, but it was it's what is it? Saint Mary or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Saint Catherine, some Saint Catherine. There's a billion of them. Anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna buy this for like $3 and see. I have like, I have made, I've sold like 5 things out of that, and I still have like tons more,
Wow.
and I've made like at least $100 off of
That's
these.
awesome.
So, uh, but anyway, so I sold one of those, and then they bought it, and they're like, oh, I also want to buy this vase. Can you send me an offer with discount shipping? So I took the whatever the shipping was off of the little metal they bought, and I put it on there. So I sold 2 things. So it wasn't like super big sales or anything, but
That's
it
still
was
great.
nice that and that was an old listing, and I think I had just sold similar on that vase. It was like a mid-century pottery vase that
Yeah.
I'd had for a while. So yeah, so nothing, just little things. I sold those cats meow things. I sold one yesterday.
Catch meow. What's that?
They're those little, they were big in like the 90s. They were like little like landmarks, like local um they look, little painted wooden blocks, and
Oh.
people would put them over the door jambs or like wherever on a shelf. Anyway, I
Oh.
sold one that was the map of Kentucky today. I don't always buy them. I see them a lot, but I only buy certain ones.
I think I know what you're talking about. And they're
Yeah.
kind of like they're like paws hang over. Is that what you're talking about? Or is that something
No,
different?
that's something different. But
Oh.
in each one of these, there's fake Cat's Meow, but the real Cat's Meow say Cat's Meow on the back, and there's like the lady that painted them on the back, or
Oh,
came
okay.
up with them. There's a cat in every one. There's like a little black cat painted like on the
Oh,
doorstep or somewhere. But this
it's
one
like a
was
little
just a
Easter egg.
map of. Yeah, I know
Oh,
that was her thing.
okay. That's
They were
cool.
big in the 90s. I don't have them out anymore, but I had a whole bunch of them that people gave me when I moved in here.
Now that you've said that,
um,
I'm gonna see them. I'm gonna see them in the thrift
you
store.
probably are. You'll probably see them everywhere.
Hmm.
But like I think I haven't always bought them, but I think maybe I should buy more. I don't know. Because I've sold quite a few, so and I must have bought the ones that I've just sold recent and to were maps. They're just like, so this was the state of Kentucky, and it had like landmarks, funny like little painted lawn landmarks and stuff, hot spots, whatever you want to call it. And
Hmm.
I've sold like Texas, the same thing.
Huh.
But yeah, but that was bread and butter. It was like $15, so it wasn't
Still,
anything. I haven't
it's
sold
moving.
anything big or special lately, but um, at least I'm selling.
Yeah, that's still, hey, that's great. Yeah, you gotta
Hmm.
get more of those uh religious medals listed. Are there any like
Yeah, I
duplicates?
sold. Yeah, there's a bunch of them are duplicates, so I haven't
Oh,
like that
easy.
one I just sold. I think I have another one, so I'm just gonna take the old listing and put a new one up.
Yeah, that's the best. Those are the best finds, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm like $3. I'm like, should I? Shouldn't I? And I've sold like, like I said, I made you know money off of that. It paid for everything I bought that day at that point,
Yeah,
so far. So
that's
yeah.
awesome. I know. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, what
But
did I
yeah, what'd you sell?
I sold, let's see. I've sold like some like crazy random things. Um, Matt is always like drawn to the outdoor camping, military
Hmm.
stuff when we go to
Yeah,
the yard sales because
yeah.
he's basically looking for himself, is what it is.
Right. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and he likes what he likes, and he knows what's good in
Right. Yeah.
that
Well,
time.
and that's good to have somebody like that with you.
Exactly. So, he saw this galvanized metal bucket, and you could tell it was vintage. It was It was really old, and it was for
Yeah.
minnows. It was for minnows, so it was like, it had like perforated holes in it, so you could take your bait and go fishing.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it was super cool, and it was like $2. It was one of those like prices where you can't leave it. And I was like,
Right.
I
Uh-huh.
was like, this is not gonna sell. But like the paint's chipping off of it,
Right.
and because there was like, I think there was a lot listed, but they did sell. But I was just like, this is never gonna sell. It's big. I don't really like holding on to big items just because of the
Right.
space.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
I sold that. I don't know how it says 36.89, but that was with the shipping. So I think it sold for like 20
Yeah, but it's
something,
so
24.
fast. That's cool.
Yeah, it did.
That's
It
cool.
sold pretty
Mm-hmm.
fast because we bought that this season. And
Yeah. Uh-huh.
um I sold a Nintendo DS. I found that at the
Oh yeah.
auction. Do you remember
Mm-hmm.
that? I don't know if I
Yeah.
was doing a
Mm-hmm.
live. I found that, and I had
I
some
think. Well,
games.
did you find one? I
I
thought
found
you did. I thought
one.
we saw that at the live. I thought I saw that one, but maybe you just told us about it. I have a memory of
I don't know. Yeah, I
it.
don't know. Because it was at the very bottom. It was like one of the last things. So I don't
Uh-huh.
know if it was on the live
Yeah.
um, from the auction, but I sold that. I sold it with like a couple games that my kid had that he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't use, and then I
Yeah.
found one at a yard sale for $2. So I just like lotted it all up. I think
Yeah.
that sold for like 89, which
Nice.
yeah, and it had a case and the stylus and stuff. That
Yeah.
was
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I sold. Oh, I went to a yard sale, a community yard sale a couple weeks ago on a Sunday too, and there's never any Sunday sales, so it was
Yeah.
like the remnants.
Rarely here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I bought a gumball machine. One of those. It's like a red carousel gumball machine. It's like a stand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like cast
Yeah.
iron. Do you remember those when you were little?
I have one in my basement that I need to sell. Is it a big one or is it little?
No, it's tall. It's like 3 foot
And you
tall.
have this a stand for it and everything?
hmm
Yeah.
I
I
bought
don't have a
that.
stand. Mine's just a
The like
That's
the
awesome.
tabletop. I can sell
Yeah.
that. I can sell that. This
Oh.
is I'm keeping it because I had one as like when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I bought this at that yard sale, and I bought this mirror. It's a brass mirror that's like curved at the top, so it's like Moroccan looking. Actually, I think it was made in Morocco. Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it's got camel bone all the way around it, so it's like a orangey color. So it's like camel bone. It was a mirror. I don't know if I said that. It was a mirror. I sold
Like
that.
actual camel bone? That's crazy. I've never seen
Yeah,
such a thing.
yeah. It's camel bone. It is vintage. I
Wow.
sold that
Mm-hmm.
to I sold it to an apartment building in New York. And the only reason
Oh,
I
cool.
know that it was like for the apartment building is because
Mm-hmm.
they had the name and then they had the address for the apartment building. And it said
Uh-huh.
like front room 1 or something like that, or furniture
They're gonna
room 1.
put it in their like lobby or something. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
that's what I think. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool that,
That's neat.
it's sitting there. Or, if you ever go there, you'd be like, oh, that's.
That's the camel bone mirror.
I think I paid like $5 for that mirror and it sold for 50, 50, I think. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't
Was
know.
it real big or?
It was probably like 18 inches, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, okay. No,
18
so not
inches.
too bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Not too bad for shipping. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, actually, the shipping was only $7 and something because it was going to New York from
Yeah.
from here, which
From
is
here.
amazing.
Yeah. I know.
So,
Don't you love that when it's like
yeah.
close by? It's
Oh,
not that
it
much.
is. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then I sold some Legos. Do you remember that the video where I bought all of those Legos? Did
Oh
you
yeah.
watch that one?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
paid what did I pay? 70, I don't know, 75 or $100 for all those Legos.
Yeah.
I've sold 3 sets out of that. And
Mm-hmm.
I think this one sold for like 69. Well, remember the one that I posted in our chat that was like I sent out offers and I was like, Jesus, somebody just buy these Legos. And the person who bought it, his name was Jesus. You remember that?
Yes.
So Jesus bought my Legos.
He bought your Legos. Were they? I can't remember. Were they actually sets or just? Did you
Yeah,
just? They were sets,
they were
like
sets
actual.
with the manuals and everything.
That's right. Yes. Hmm.
Yeah, it was a big
Nice.
tote, and some of them were put together. And
And so, yeah, you had like some of them were, yeah.
yeah, she said that as her kid was growing up, I guess he displayed them. She said that she would take them apart and put them in Ziploc bags with the manuals and stuff. So
Nice. So she
I
kept
took
them
a
all.
risk. I took a risk,
Yeah.
and it
Uh-huh.
definitely paid off. I think I have
Yeah.
$1,000 in Legos. Yeah, and
Wow.
I sold the very first one I sold for 99. It was a like a mono train or whatever they're called. Like a
Hmm.
It looks like those like things you would see like at Epcot, going
Yeah.
back and forth.
Uh-huh.
A
Yeah.
monorail,
Yeah.
yeah. I,
Monorail.
s-
Yeah.
I sold that. That was the first one I sold. So, and I bought Legos this weekend too. I'm currently building Legos right now. Well,
I
this is
wish
what
I
I'm
would find
building.
Legos because oh, cool, Minecraft.
Minecraft.
I wish
Yeah.
I would find Legos. I don't find them.
I'm excited when I get them. I've
Yeah.
got that like adrenaline. And then when I get
Uh-huh.
home, I'm like, why am I buying Legos? Because it takes forever to build them.
I know. I
And
know.
it's
But
not just,
I do like it, but
I do
you
too.
pay your kid
But
to do it.
oh, he's already said I don't work for free. So I tried to get him to bring his girlfriend over because
Hmm.
like maybe they would do it together, but
Hmm.
I don't know.
No.
And I have a huge tote of like loose Legos, so if I'm
Hmm.
missing one, I can go dig through there, and that takes forever. And oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I know. Oh, not this isn't my sale, but speaking of sales, do you follow Brendan Big Time Flips on Instagram
Mm-mm.
or anything?
No. Uh-uh.
No. He he's
Big time flips?
I met him at where did I meet him at? I think I met him in Cincinnati, and then he was at the Plains of Profit. I think he
Okay.
was at both. Anyway, I follow him on YouTube and Instagram. I think
Hmm.
he's a smaller channel, but
Yeah.
he sold a Gatorade hat to Travis Kelsey. Taylor.
Shut
Yeah,
up, Taylor
he po-
Swift, man.
he posted it on Instagram. I think it just happened, like in the last. Well, it'll be like 4 days
That's
from now. But I
that's
was like,
hilarious.
oh my gosh! And the address where it's going, it says Travis Kelsey, and it says like 1 Arrowhead Road, Kansas
Yeah, I'm
City.
looking at it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that's the stadium address. So it's like legit. Like it's not
Oh,
like,
wow.
mm-hmm. So that's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
So I messaged,
Congratulations.
I messaged him and I said, now you got to find a picture of him wearing it.
Exactly. That's you got to find it wearing it. That's
I
cool.
know. I was
And
like stoked for him.
I'm looking at it. Gatorade.
Yeah. What's it say? Like life is a sport.
Life is a sport. Yeah, drink it
Dr-
up.
Drink it up. Yep. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know?
That's awesome. That is very cool.
So is Travis
I don't we
Kelsey
don't
scrolling on Instagram? I mean, scrolling on eBay, or do you think it's his assistant?
I don't
You
know.
know?
I was it somebody I was watching or something. She bought like during the season, like people were saying she bought I was watching somebody jackets, like vintage, I guess Kansas City jackets
Uh-huh.
that she wore, like she bought off of eBay that people said
Mm-hmm.
she bought from them. So I don't we don't claim him, but we got we have Jason Kelsey out here in Philly.
Who is
Although
that?
he's
Is that his
retired
brother?
now, but his brother, yeah, he played for the Eagles.
Oh,
He lives out here.
oh, got it. I don't know. I know nothing.
Yeah, his brother's out here. His older brother, he just retired. He played for Philly, and
Hmm.
his wife's from around here. He lives out here. Well,
That's cool.
somewhere in the Philly area.
Yeah, that's
That's
cool.
funny though. That's so cool. I've never had anybody buy anything cool for
Yeah.
anything. Did you ever send anything anywhere cool, like like movie studio props or any of
Oh
that
yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, I've
You
done
have.
that. I've done
Mhm.
at least two that I know of. I think I talked about it. Well, I don't know. One of them was like stadium seats, you know, those ones that like you can fold down and
Yeah.
flip up. They were
Yeah.
vintage.
Uh-huh.
They're either like you can use them on a boat or at the stadium.
Right. Hmm.
Um, I sold a set of those. They were old, like they were stinky. Like I put it in the listing that they were like, but they sold to the Wonder Years, the remake of Wonder Years.
Oh yeah, the new one that was on.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't
I
watch
don't
it.
know if it's still if
Did
it's
you watch it
canceled.
and look for them? Yeah, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't think I
know. I
watched
don't
it.
know. I don't know. I thought it got canceled. I thought Fred Savage was.
Was he canceled?
I think he was canceled, and I think he's the executive producer. I don't know, but they got it because they wanted me to fax them. And then
Yeah.
I sold a like a what do you call it? Like a tabletop like spirit holder, and it was just like totally like Mad Men look. Like it was like this teak with this like mid-century modern looking legs, and it had like brass handles and clear bottles that said like gin, scotch, and
Yeah. Uh-huh.
something. And I put
Yeah.
Mad Men in the title,
Right.
and it was super nice. Like I wish it like fit my decor. I
Hmm.
sold that to a prop house too because I could tell by the address.
Yeah.
It was the
Uh-huh.
name of a prop house because I Googled it
Right.
too.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing. They wanted it shipped overnight. Don't pay us
Overnight. Yeah.
back the shipping from the original, blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
that sold for like $100, I think. This was, I paid $2 for it.
Wow.
Two, uh,
Nice.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I sold something else, but I can't remember what it is. But I think it went to like a prop house too. Oh no, it went to a store. Like I could tell like a brick and mortar store was buying it probably for their shelves. I can't remember what that was though. And I've sold a sweater to a vintage store in New York City that they resell like the same sweater for like $300.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Millie
That's
Bobby Brown
crazy.
shops there and stuff like that. Yeah, so they got a good
Millie
deal.
Bobby Brown Bon Jovi.
Oh yes, Millie
Mil-
Bobby Jovi. I don't
yeah, I
know.
don't know.
Oh my gosh. So yeah. Have you sold anything to prop houses or
No,
anything in LA?
no. I've
No.
sold a vintage Irish print to an Irish bar somewhere out west once,
That's cool.
and that's about that's about it. I mean, it just said like it was the something something tap house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's how I knew it was a bar.
Yeah. So we got to up our game and start selling to NFL players.
I know. I I don't find that stuff because I just don't know what I would be looking for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I I look at hats and they're usually I look at hats like I look at shoes. Like, ew, I wouldn't put that on my head and I'm
Oh,
done with it. And like,
yeah,
ew,
yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't put that pair on my feet. I have bought shoes before, I have bought hats before. But
Hmm.
I don't, you know what I mean? I get like kind of skeeved out when they look a little, so it's probably something that costs, is like hundreds of dollars because it's some rare hat or something, but ill. Spent on somebody's nasty head and it looks it. So,
Yeah, I know. I know. I bought a tote like 3 weekends ago. I bought a
Mhm,
tote of hats,
mhm,
a big tote filled with vintage hats for
yeah.
15 bucks.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as I got home, I was like, "Oh, I don't want to deal with these. Like, I don't want to like they're all vintage, and the foam is coming
Mhm.
out of them. I just don't
Yeah.
want to deal with them. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them right now. I I know one of them will get all of my money back because it's like a
Right.
vintage Tennessee Volunteers hat.
Yeah.
But
I'd put that one and sell it now. That's the one I'd deal with. The one that
yeah, I need to have a
but
yard sale or something.
I don't find a lot. I don't That's another one of those things. I don't know. I don't know that he has a lot of vintage hats, but I know my dad has a lot of hats. My uncle has hats. We were talking about his hats the other day. My aunt opened her whole closet, her coat closet, and she was like, "Look at this." And then she goes, "And it's all hats on the top shelf." And I just like piled hats. And she goes, and he's not a sports guy, so these aren't even sports hats. These are Colonial Williamsburg and Gettysburg. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
buys those
yeah,
hats.
yeah.
He's a history guy. And she goes, and as many as there, she goes, there's like 3 times as many upstairs. I'm like,
Oh,
and then my cousin was like, and he knows if one of them's missing.
oh my
Cause
gosh.
like,
That's
so,
crazy.
so he's bald. And his son, one of my other cousins bald. And they said he took one once. My cousin Maria was like, Kevin was like, "Do you think he'll miss his hat?" They're like, "Yes," and they're like, he took it, and then he was like a week later, because Kevin lives in New York. He was like, "Where's my hat?"
Oh my
They're
God.
like, "Oh, talk to your son." I'm like, "How do you keep track of that many hats?" I don't know.
I know. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Wow. That's amazing. So
But none
you
of
need to
them are
go with
sports
Google
hats.
Lens and Google
I
Lens.
know, right? Tell my aunt to sell some of these hats.
Yeah, track them.
I don't know if any of the, like I said, they're not sports, so I don't know if anything is and he wasn't bald in the he wasn't bald in the like he doesn't have any vintage trucker hats because he wasn't bald back then. He had hair, so he wasn't wearing a hat all
Right. You never know
the
though.
time.
I
Bless
mean,
him.
look, that one that Brandon sold is just a Gatorade hat. It's not like a
Yeah,
sports
yeah,
hat, you know?
yeah. I guess yeah. I still consider that kind
S-
of sports. Like I don't. He wouldn't have one.
Sporty. Your uncle could have that same hat in his closet.
I doubt it. Probably has like 500 Gettysburg hats. Like
Oh gosh.
every time he goes, well, they're like every time wherever they go, he gets a hat. So he's got like destination hats, I guess,
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
I know. That's amazing. You have a
But
lot
yeah,
of listings from once he finally gives them up.
I won't want to do. I wouldn't deal with that.
He's
No.
selling at a yard sale. That's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. I'm gonna sell him at a yard sale.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Get the
No.
ones that are worth a lot. No. Do you have yard sales?
Like us personally?
Yeah.
No,
No.
never. Because how am
Yeah.
I gonna go to yard sales if I'm having a yard sale?
I know. That's how I feel too. Like I have to leave, my husband. But I did it once since we've lived here in the 20 years. I did it once. And I mean, being on the other side of it, I get it, but I'm like, this was a long time ago. I'm going to say like 10, 15 years ago less. I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing it again. I barely made $100 and it was like way
Oh,
too much work. Because nobody wanted to pay more than like 50 cents or $1. I know it was
right,
longer ago, but it was still like, I was like, this was too much for a little pay
right.
payoff. I don't know, maybe now
Now you have a different
it's
mindset too, you
and
know?
it's more of it's becoming more of a thing here. I feel like it wasn't that much of a thing here. I
Yeah,
don't know. It's certainly not like it is in other places. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like hardcore garage sale places in other parts of the US. Not
yeah.
here.
And I think it's just that, we're in that profession now, so we see it. It's kind of like when you get a new car, you see that car
True.
everywhere,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because I see yard sale signs all the time. I swear, growing up, I didn't see, actual yard sale signs like on the streets and stuff
Yeah.
growing up.
I don't
But
I
now I
see
see
I
them all
still
the time.
don't see 'em.
Oh, you
I still don't
don't?
see them. No, because I think only like if it's like there's not a lot of like just single pop-up yard sales. Do you know what
Oh,
I mean? Because
yeah,
people do it when the whole neighborhood does it.
yeah, the community ones.
Yeah. So, which is fine and it's easier to get to, you know. But like sometimes there's only like one or two houses in a whole giant neighborhood as opposed to. But
Yeah.
sometimes there's a lot. Like this year, my neighborhood, like I said, like a lot of people had sales. In past years, like one, two houses maybe, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the best for sure, though. These
Mhm.
community
Yeah.
ones. Those are, if I could only source garage sales like that, I'd be set.
Oh, I know. I wish. I
Yeah.
wish.
I know.
Although I mean, well, we can talk about this another time, but I have a couple of estate sale companies here that are like garage sales,
Uh-huh. Oh,
you
really?
know, where they're like the one, he's like, he has signs up all the time.
Oh, I see.
Bundles get better deals.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he's not joking. Like I fill up those IKEA bags and
Oh,
it's like garage sale prices. It
oh
is.
yeah. I'm gonna
But
write that down. We could talk about that.
yeah. I'm hoping he has one. He hasn't had one in a couple weeks. I'm hoping that one pops up
Yeah. That's
soon.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. What do you think? We should probably end that right there so we have some
Yes. Yeah,
something to
we
talk
got more to
about
talk
next
about. See, you were worried we wouldn't have anything to talk about.
time. I
I can
know.
talk. This is what happens when you're like by yourself all the time, and then you're like, let's talk. Yay!
Hmm.
You know,
I know.
talk to adults.
I know. I
So
know. So what do you think? We should end it here?
yes, do it.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. And we're flipping out.
Flip it out.
Okay. Bye.